Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Zay, bringing you another episode of Only Hustling Game. And in this episode, we're going to be covering a penny stock called OZSC. It is a stock that I have 25,000 shares of, and I'm continuing to add to my position. If you know anything about the $1 trillion infrastructure bill that recently passed, billions of dollars are going towards the EV sector, and this penny stock has benefited greatly from it. And you know, if you were looking to get into a stock that is in the EV sector, this might be one of the ones that could potentially 20, 50, 100x in the next few years. I am extremely bullish on it. This is one of those stocks where I've actually never felt more confident in it. When I first got into it, I was pretty hesitant on it, honestly, at first, I'm not gonna lie. But I like the company behind it, I like the CEO behind it, and I just like where they're going and all the contracts they have. So we're gonna be diving into that. I'm gonna be giving you my first ever technical analysis on a stock. We'll be using the Fibonacci retracement on it, on Webull. And so if that sounds like something you're interested in, guys, please watch the video all the way through. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into this video. Alright guys, so OZSC is a subsidiary of OZSC Energy. And if we look on OZSC Energy's website, we can look into what this company is about and what are they into. So it says that OZSC Energy Solutions invents, designs, develops, manufactures, and distributes ultra-high power chargers, inverters, power supplies for a wide variety of applications in the defense, heavy industrial, aircraft ground support, maritime, and other sectors. Our strategy focuses on capturing a significant share of rapidly growing renewable energy market as a provider of assets and infrastructure needed to store energy. So one of the things that I really like about this company, guys, is that it has contracts with some of the biggest organizations in the world, such as the United States Army, NASA, the US Navy, Eaton, Ford Motor Companies, BAE Systems, Delphi, Georgia Powers, Caterpillar, Exelon, General Motors, General Dynamics. And if you look on the website, guys, it shows you everything that they you know, go into with the company or with the organization. For instance, with the US Army, they have the 400 HZ frequency converters for aircraft ground support, battery chargers, heavy engine starting, plating power supplies. With NASA, they have ground power for space shuttle payloads. With the Navy, they have submarine battery chargers, converters for aircraft ground support, missile launching power supply, DC power supplies for communications, inverters for solar power offshore platinum. They also have a contract with the Canadian Navy for building, I believe it was like some battery chargers for them as well. So a whole lot of different contracts. And with the EV sector being pretty new, I mean, especially with the electric vehicles and stuff like that, I just see this as such a promising company. It is a penny stock. Again, like I said, this is on the OTC markets. You can find this on Fidelity, which is where I have my shares, but you can also get it on Webull now. And if you haven't used Webull, guys, it is really great. It's kind of the next one that most people use now, aside from Robinhood. It's a great brokerage because it's a lot more in-depth than Robinhood. I use all of them, guys. I use every single brokerage out there because I feel like that's what I'm trying to do as my job, to be more educated in the stock markets and give you guys the best possible advice for getting into investing. So I use all of them. Webull is just such more in-depth. The charts are a lot better. You can do technical analysis yourselves on there using different kind of analysis, such as the MACD, the Fibonacci retracement, as well as other things. So I'm gonna be doing my first technical analysis today with the Fibonacci retracement on OZSC. So bear with me, guys. If I mess up, let me know in the comments. But we're gonna be looking at it on the 1-day chart, and that's what we're gonna be looking at for the different support lines, and just to see where it could potentially be headed as far as buying opportunities and limit sell losses, stuff like that. Because like I said, I have 25,000 shares on Fidelity, and I'm down quite a bit. Like 2 or 3 days ago, it ran up past almost 9 cents. It was like 0.88. I was up $311. I should have sold and then re-entered again at the 5-cent mark, but I did not, guys, because like, instead of looking at the charts like I was supposed to, I just kept on refreshing and refreshing to see where it was gonna go, because I had told myself that I was gonna have a sell at 10 cents. because my average buy price and my cost basis is 7 cents even. So right now, looking at it, I am down 27.72%, $513. I have a total of $1,853 invested in for a total of 25,000 shares. I can't imagine how many shares I would have picked up if I would have gotten in at the 4 cent, 3 cent mark with $1,800. But it wasn't all at one time, guys. I was dollar cost averaging into it, $15 here, $15 there, and so on. So I've been picking up these, these shares as I go. You know, you can take a look, a couple hundred shares, 1,000 shares, and so on. So although I am down quite a bit, like I said, this for me is one of the more long-term holds. I know I said I'm looking to sell at 10 cents, but only just to buy back in if it does have a retracement. So, you know, I'm really wanting to get at least 50,000 shares of OZSC. When we look at the 52-week high on February 9th of 2021, it was at 50 cents. 50 cents, guys. So for me, going from 7 cents to, as a cost basis, to going to 50 cents, that's a 7x right there. 7 times 7, 49, right? So when we look at that $1,853 on there times a 7x multiplier, that is $12,971. Minusing how much I have invested, I'll be profiting $11,000 right there. And of course, that would be short-term capital gains because I haven't held it for a whole year. But like I said, I'm not looking to sell this anytime soon. So next year, if we do hit a 52-week high again, I will be approaching pretty closely to a whole year of holding the stock. But yeah, guys, that is OZSC. That's my position on it, 25,000 shares. Let's go ahead and take a look at it on Webull. And if you don't have Webull yet, guys, definitely hit the link in the description below. When you sign up using my referral code, you'll get a free stock when you deposit any amount. It can be even $1. You deposit and sign up, you'll be getting a free stock valued at from anywhere from $3 to $2,000. So I went ahead and drew the Fibonacci sequence on the one-day chart. And basically what you do is you pick the highest point that I had been trading at, and then you draw it down. And what this shows us, this Fibonacci retracement shows us, is the different support lines for where it could potentially start correcting itself going down. So the one-day chart from November 19th until today, November 2020, the high was at 0.689, so almost a full 7 cents, and it has been a downtrend since then. Right now, it is trading at about 5 cents. So what this means, guys, when we take a look at the graph here, is these different support lines here is what it basically shows us and where it could potentially be headed towards. So right now, it is trading below the 5.4, so the 0.54 cent lines, which means it is 38.2% towards correcting itself. And if it falls down even more, like if it hits the 5.1, it would be 23.6% in a retracement. So these can just show you different buying opportunities, or just if you were looking to sell off, it could be showing you a limit sell loss potential to where you could put that at. For me, guys, I've just been dollar cost averaging at it in all different points, you know, and that's what that basically means, dollar cost averaging, no matter if it's a little higher than what you want it to be or a little lower than what you want it to be. So I mean, I'm going to continue to keep buying into it. That's what I'm looking to do. I want to keep buying into this company, and hopefully sometime soon it'll explode up like how we're wanting it to go. Let's go ahead and look at an article here. So on the CEO, Brian Conway, like I said, there's mixed emotions on this guy. Like, a lot of people feel some type of way about him. There's a thread on Reddit, and I wanted to bring this up just because I want to be as transparent as possible to you guys. I don't want to just say that this is the best guy in the world, this is the best company in the world, I think you should buy it. Just giving you guys the news out there and the facts out there. That way you can do your own due diligence. You can make your own informed decision on whether or not you should get into a stock or a crypto. So here we go, guys. So right here, this thread on Reddit is basically saying to all the bashers of OZSC and Brian Conway, these are great different points to point out here. The gist around where people don't really like him is they said that this CEO has a history of scams and pump and dumps, basically where he comes into a falling company, makes it go up for a little bit, and he exits and leaves it where the shareholders holding the bag and he takes his money and he runs. From what I've known researching this guy, I've never really seen anything like that. What they try to bring up when they're saying this is, for instance, he was the head of Lib, some company which failed and diluted. Scam. That's what people say a lot. So Lib, whatever this company is the one everyone remembers because it didn't succeed. But there was ones he did succeed at, like GBRC and SHMP. I'm assuming these are ticker symbols. And he is succeeding at OZSC now. So that's another thing, guys. I mean, if as a CEO, if you come in and you take over for a company and it doesn't work out, but you have other companies that it did work out in, it doesn't necessarily mean that he went and just, took people's money and it was a scam or whatever. Some companies fail. But just the fact that he's able to hustle his way to getting another company off the ground, that shows what kind of CEO that is, in my opinion, because he didn't just, if it was a scam, let's say like that, LIBE was a scam, right? And he never decided to get into another company, why would he decide to start trying to make these other companies work, right? For OZSC, all these government contracts that they have, which this guy points out, is pretty cool to point out. I mean, you can't have a contract with the US government, with NASA, with the Navy, and be kind of a shady company. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's a lot of different paperwork you got to do, a lot of different steps that they look at and verify to even start deciding to work with you. So that's another thing to keep in mind, guys. With OZSC, before it became what it is today, it was a surgical company. So that was some months ago. This thread is probably pretty old, but it was headed by a CEO named Michael D. Chermick until February 2020. Brian Conway, which is the founder of Waypoint, the new head of OZSC, he came in and he took over. He bought it where the surgical company was essentially on the brink of bankruptcy. He took it on, he bailed them out. And so another thing to look at, guys, is that this company had a lot of baggage with it, had a lot of debt, still does. But with all these different contracts they're getting, all the different catalysts that are going forward for the EV market, I definitely do believe that OZSC can definitely be one of those companies that is much more known, respectable company out there that is trading at good prices, good volumes, where people are buying into this and making the share price go up there higher and higher and higher, and maybe eventually getting out of the penny stock status. Who knows how many years that will be, but with everything going on, it doesn't seem like it will take decades and decades. Right here in the thread, if you want to read into it, guys, I'll leave the link in the description below. And recently, like I said, it had that run up to the 8.8, almost 9 cent mark, and I believe that was because of that infrastructure bill passing. So on this other article, it's basically talking about next year going into 2022, they believe that they're going to have a lot more provisions with the bill that recently passed. It's going to be a great sentiment for buyers, and they're going to continue to keep developing and designing products that companies and the government likes to use, and it's going to continue to head the stock in the right direction. Right now, it is still up 58% in the past month, but it is trading lower than the 200-day average of 9 cents. So if this is something that you guys think could potentially be big in the next few years, or maybe even sometimes in the early Q1 of 2022, could go up to their last 52-week high of 50 cents, let me know, guys, because like I said, I got close to $2,000 invested in it, 25,000 shares. I'm looking to keep on adding more, and I think it's a very promising company. I'm just here to give you guys the news, the facts. This is not financial advice at all. I'm just showing you guys what I own and what I've been buying into. This is another stock in the EV sector that I believe can do great things, and yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. So let me know what you guys think. Leave me some comments, guys. I'm gonna respond back to those. If you leave me a comment, I'll be more than happy to respond to you guys. Like the video. Like I said, that helps this out more than you can imagine. Helps push my video out, helps the algorithm, all that good stuff. So anyways, it's your boy Zay, bring you another episode of and I will see you guys in the